Greetings and salutations, everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday, TGIF, and all that good stuff. Welcome to my Safe Gayven. For everybody that's in the stream right now and that will be joining the stream, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. This week, we are doing something a little bit different in the sense of we're not talking about a Marvel show, WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier. No. As you can see on the shirt, we are talking about the epicness, the show that actually had the better satisfying season finale compared to the other two shows. But I'm not going to shit on Marvel because I still like the Marvel shows. But yeah, it had the better season finale, satisfying. But before we jump into Invincible, as you guys know, I never do these live streams alone unless it's like a Q&A, which we're not doing. So we're going to bring I'm going to say he's my co-host at this point. Like, he's not a friend to the channel. He's not a guest. He's my co-host. So we're going to bring on my co-host, Ron. Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up? I've been in the fridge enough times, yo.
Yeah, you've been, you done made food and everything, cooked yourself something to eat. You done said hey to my mother.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that. You said it was the first thing we're reviewing that's not Marvel. I was thinking this is the first thing we're reviewing that's like not black, and then I realized WandaVision wasn't black, but all we cared about was Monica, really. So
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's Amber, but
yeah, Amber.
But I have things to say about Amber.
I have to advocate for Amber now just because she's black, though. Like I don't like to hate that she's getting, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't like to hate that she's getting either, but at the same time, I don't know why they did what they did with.
It's all fudged up. It's all fudged up, and I think it's because we're just in the year 2020, 21 now, and the stuff that they could do back in 2003, it comes off kind of weird, and they tried to adjust it, but it really doesn't fit with all three of his friend characters. You know, it's just I have problems with all of it. Really. Yeah, because even though it's a great show, still but it's just weird.
Yeah, because I was gonna say even with me, like I'm trying to defend her at the same time, but at the same, I'm like, you make it a little hard to defend you because I'm not. Mm-hmm. But then I gotta be like, okay, she's a teenager. Like, forget
exactly, and that's the main point. Like, I stress with you, like, she's a teenage girl. Like,
but before we fully jump into this, guys, if you couldn't tell from the title, I had to double check. I'm like, did I title it spoilers? Yeah, but if you couldn't tell from the title of this episode, we are talking full spoilers for episode 8 of Invincible, called what was it called?
It was a bad name for the episode, whatever it was corny. But it was a great episode, but the name was corny. Yes.
Something about you need to know where I come from or something like that.
Yeah.
It was too wordy.
Yeah, it was very
weird. Basically, episode 8. We're talking spoilers for episode 8. So if you haven't seen episode 8 of Invincible, you gotta jump up out of here because we're going right into spoilers. Or if you don't care about spoilers, thank you for joining. And also with that, if you can, we got 10 people in the stream so far. If all you 10 people could do me a favor, and then all the people that join later, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, I greatly appreciate it. And so yeah, let's jump into it. So, Ron, what did you think about? Well, what did you think? Because I know you're reading. You read the entire series. Like
I've been saying for at least 10 years because the comic debuted in 2003. I probably got onto Invincible in 2008, and I read. It was like halfway. Then I read all of it right then. I've been saying that Invincible was the best superhero comic I've ever read. I still feel that way. I really like the way that they've adapted it, and in most ways, and modernized it. It's pretty much still the same material. The pacing is different in a good way. The animation is great. The voice acting is great. I'm glad it's here. I just wish that I had a copy of issue number 1 because it's we have a 9.8 number 1. You feel $3,000 for it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably sold out now.
Hey, you can't get one.
Yeah,
and they're coming out with an actual live action movie too. So
that's what I heard. They were coming out with a live action movie, and then I was like, would it work? Because there's so much story. I feel like the only story you could tell in a live action movie is
the first 12 issues.
Yeah, the first 12 issues.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
I don't think they could either. I think it would do better as a series, like a live action series with a high budget. But even then, there's so much story. They'll be skipping stuff. There's so many great characters that we we haven't been introduced to yet in the book. I'm going to try my hardest to not spoil beyond this episode in the talk.
Because I was like, even with this episode or this show, like they're speeding through a lot of the comic.
Exactly,
I'm still making my way through. I'm only on issue like 23.
But the thing I love about them not speeding through, but like they're leaving so many, like, I don't want to say loose ends, but they're like leaving so many, like, like breadcrumbs out there. So there's so many things going on at once. You don't really know what's the next problem or the next event is going to be. And that's how it was in the comic, but now it's like even more so.
Yeah, because I was saying, like, I'm on issue 23 of the comic, and like all the stuff that happened with Robot and everything like that, I didn't know. Like, they didn't even tease. They didn't even get to that in the comic yet.
Yeah, and it's
the
like,
only thing that they teased beforehand was you saw the little baby and at the end of, I think it was issue like 19.
Yeah.
But then other than they didn't say what that was or anything, and then that was the only tease that they had. And then you get to this show, I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what that is. So
yeah. You should just speed read the whole series, man. I'm thinking about rereading it myself. I love Invincible.
Even the stuff with Monster Girl, like none of that is where I am yet.
The Monster Girl stuff definitely happens later, and all those characters that are in that group, they flesh out really well, especially even in Rexplode. I know everybody hates Rexplode, but he actually becomes a better character later on.
I hope so, because right now.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Redemption arcs are great, yo. Redemption arcs are great
if you do it right, because you think about John Walker and his redemption arc that happened in one episode. Yeah. But that's go watch our Falcon and Winter Soldier video. You can hear us rant about that. But based on this episode in particular, because you mentioned how you felt about the series. What did you think about this episode? Because you said when you sent me the chat before we started live, you said you noticed differences.
You know what I did? I sent you the picture, the last page of the issue, and it has Omni-Man flying up into space like he did in the cartoon just now. But in the cartoon, I didn't see what I saw in the comic. In the comic book, he has like tears coming down his eyes. In the comic book, I just see like the blood and everything just fall off and turn to ice. And there was like an icicle at the end, but you don't know if they came from his eyes or whatever. And the comic book is clear that he's crying and he's remorseful.
I think he was crying. He
was crying?
Yeah, he was crying. I think that's what that water was. So, I mean,
it was more emotive in the comic.
I mean, no, it was definitely more emotive, but he was still crying at the end. Yeah. But let's jump to the beginning. So, the beginning of the episode, you saw like the intestine and viscera and everything of the immortal falling to the ground. Like, this show is graphic, and
that's the thing too.
I feel like it's more graphic than the comic.
Yes, it is, and that's the thing. Like, I was like, when they said they were going to do like a live action Invincible or like even like an animated series, I was so scared that they weren't going to do that. And like Ryan Artley's art is so well done when it comes to like that gruesome stuff. And that really makes the book, to me, Invincible really makes the book. I'm like, they're going to do an animated series, and they're not going to go all the way. And, like, since episode maybe, like, 2, it's been, like, guts and gore. And, like you said, they're going even further. Even the fight we'll talk about later on, it's way more detailed and even more gruesome than it is in the book.
Yeah, like, and that's basically every fight. Like, even the fight he had with Immortal in the last episode, the fight he had with the Guardians of the Globe in the first episode. Yeah, like, even the fight with Battle Beast in episode, what was it, 7?
Battle Beast is a lot of people's favorite character. I can't wait to get more Battle Beast.
Yeah, I'm like, that character is definitely showing up. Yeah, for more, and they kind of teased it at the end of this episode, but because I'm wondering, if anybody's gonna be able to take out a Viltrumite, it has to be him, right? But,
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Don't say it. I don't want to know.
Truth. Battle Beast is the truth. That's what I'll say.
But yeah, so then after you saw the Immortals' blood, guts, and all that stuff falling down, you see
for the second time, back to back.
For the second time,
double homicide.
Which, of course, jumping to the end of the episode, you see he's not dead. Yeah. But I mean, his name is the Immortal. If he didn't die from his head getting chopped off, he's not gonna be dead from his body getting chopped in half. But then you see Mark being all in shock, like, what the fuck is happening? And this is something that's different from the comic, is like he just instantly started attacking him. Like you're possessed. Like something's wrong with you. You know.
Yeah, and that's a tell. Like in the superhero universe, like stuff like that happens all the time. Like in comics, you know, somebody gets mind control or something like that. So for him to think that's the first thing that happened, because there's no way his dad could possibly be the one who did all these things.
Yeah, and the Guardians of the Globe thought the same thing.
Exactly. That was like a powerful scene, especially like when he wasn't fighting back. He was just like, "Get off me! There's nothing wrong. Like, get off me. This is what it is."
Yeah, and Omni-Man compared to the comic, he was way more like in terms of like down to business.
Yeah,
he was way more down to business in this than he was. Like you could in the comic, you could kind of see he was a little bit more conflicted.
Like, and he was holding. He definitely was holding.
Yeah, he was
holding back in the comic.
He was
like,
definitely
I'm not trying to hurt
back.
you, Mark. And then
yeah, in this one, nah, he was. He throwing Mark, punching him as hard as he can. Like even
they
the conversation.
So much more to the scenes. Like when the fight, I think the part that hit me most was like the fact that he was like just killing people in front of Mark. And I always the reason I think Invincible is the greatest superhero of all time. I'm sorry if you want to fight me on this. We have done this conversation because he's a combination of two of the greatest superheroes of all time. He's Spider-Man and Superman. He's Spider-Man and Superman. He's a Superman and Superman, a Spider-Man in Superman's body. Mark cares. So when all these things, like when he's killing all these people in front of Mark cares, and it's like it gets to him in a certain kind of way. And it's like like the episode before this one. I'll call it an Uncle Ben. The episode before this one, when he told Amber, "I don't want to be a superhero. Like I don't want this. I don't want this." He kind of realizes now that he has to be that. That's like his Uncle Ben moment, and it's crazy that it comes from his father.
Yeah, and his father didn't have to die. His father had to be a fucking an evil asshole.
Yeah, it's definitely his Uncle Ben moment.
And yeah, so after you get the full conversation of the reveal, like finally the people that haven't read the comic, you finally get the reveal of what his motivation is, why he actually destroyed and killed the Guardians of the Globe, why he was so gun-ho about stopping that alien invasion when he said this planet isn't yours to conquer. You find out because it's his to conquer. He wants to conquer.
He's like Zod. Or even if you want to go even further, if you're like a Dragon Ball Z fan.
I was just about to say,
if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, I would consider them more like,
I would consider them more like Saiyans.
Yeah, Saiyan. He's like Raditz, but that came from Superman too. It's just another derivative, but yeah. He's like Raditz.
They're definitely more like saying like he's I was gonna say he's Vegeta. So yeah, but excuse me, burp. But yeah,
so Raditz is like, remember that personal connection Raditz had with Goku.
Oh yeah, Raditz and Goku. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they get the conversation where you find out that that Viltrumites they lived peaceful amongst each other, but then you had almost like the Fire Nation. They decided, you have this faction that wants to spread their empire throughout the rest of the galaxy. They weren't satisfied with just being a peaceful utopia. It's like, nah, we need to expand our empire, be like Alexander the Great.
Imperialism.
Yeah, pretty much imperialism.
Yeah,
American imperialism, like really.
Yeah.
Like I was like. Omni-Man's basically a cop in this house, especially when they got to the end of this episode. They were like, "How are we going to recover from the man that was promised to protect us? He's promised to like serve us and be there for humanity, and then he was a threat." And I was like, "That sounds exactly like a police officer. Like you take the oath to protect and serve."
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
And you're a threat.
Exactly.
But hold on, wait, what is this? The immortal is Kenny from South Park. I mean, facts. yeah, facts. He's gonna die like every episode, pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't mind that if that ended up happening. But yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So they go to war with each other, and then only because of all that war, like a saying, only the strong survived and everything like that. And like the Fire Nation and Avatar, they want to grow their empire and take over other countries. And even on that flashback, you saw Alan the alien species. So I know his character's good. I'm curious about more of his character because I'm like, I feel like he's very powerful too because he was sparring with Omni-Man for years.
Yeah, again, me not trying to spoil anything.
Don't spoil nothing.
He's a very important character. That's all I'll say.
Okay, so because I was wondering, I was like, is he just gonna be like a person that
a lot of these people
shows up every so often,
they become important characters, and they showed that kind of like with the ending clips when they were showing all those loose ends, like all those characters. There's more going on with them.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like especially when he went to Mars, and then you saw all those like Starro looking like creatures and fish creatures taking over. I was like, okay, that's gonna play a role later on.
Yeah, and the
Mahershala. Yeah, the Mahershala Ali character, the King. Yeah, I'm like, that's gonna play. I know that's gonna play a role later on.
There's more characters coming as well. Black characters. I'll just say there's more black characters coming. Good ones.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, all we really got is Amber, and then
we got more good black characters coming.
Good. But what is this? This episode reminded me of the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones. I don't know about the Red Wedding, but I can see where you're.
It kind of, if you've never seen it or you didn't know. Because a lot of people, like, they've heard about the comic, they kind of knew what was going to happen. When I read Invincible, I knew nothing, and they didn't have the lead up like how it did in the show. Like you knew episode 1 that he did this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. Like they made it obvious that something.
Yeah. But I guess if you're a comic fan or you read the comic, it did feel like the Red Button. I was like, oh my god, like I was like, wow. I was like, why is that? Because I have a circle of friends who are really into Invincible as well, and they all told me to read the book, and I was like, why do you guys like this so much? Until I got to issue 12, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I can see. I can see that because like I said, I was reading the comic. I read the first 12 issues before the show started, and that's the thing I do kind of like about the comic more than the show, in that they didn't everything that's going on with Omni-Man. There was no tease, there was no allude, there was no foreshadowing. It just came out of nowhere. So you get to issue 7, which is the issue he killed the Guardians of the Globe. Although one thing I like about the show more than the comic is that you got introduced to the Guardians before that happened. In the comic, they just got introduced to die. There was no, you didn't get to see them beforehand. Yeah. But I like the fact that it just like you saw, you get to issue 7, you get to the end, you see the Guardians of the Globe go into that like watchtower. Then all of a sudden it's a fight. You're like, what?
And you can't even see what's going on.
Yeah, it just happened out of nowhere. And you had the buildup of getting more attached to Omni-Man, seeing him or thinking he's more of the Superman of this world, thinking he's the hero. Then you get to issue 7, it's like, nope, y'all, motherfucker, you thought. Yeah. But I mean, if you go into this still not knowing anything, because even though I still watched the first episode and I was like, oh, fuck, mostly because the fight in episode 1 was way more brutal than it was in the comic. In the comic, it was just like, wham, bam, boom, it's over. Yeah. But the fight, it was like a good like 5.
That's what I'm saying. They extend so much of the violence and like.
I love it. Yeah, blood, sex, gore, and magic. That's what I'm here for.
Like in the comic book, he knocks Mark into that train station and then it collapses and that's it. When I watched the show earlier this morning and he put his face, he was like, "You think you can save these people? You think they fucking matter?" And he just held his face and everybody's like bodies were splattering and shit like that. I was like, wow, bro. Like I felt it. I felt so bad for Mark. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I knew what was gonna happen. You know, like I read the whole series.
But even then, I didn't know that because that was not in the.
That was not in the comic.
This shit was way more brutal. Like in the comic, it was just them fighting for the most part. Yeah. But in terms of all the casualties, there was not that many casualties. Like I would say, Omni-Man. Like you said it. So you said what you said to me.
Oh yeah. He was way more sympathetic in the comic book because it seemed like he was trying to more convince Mark and like get him on his side, and like you could tell that he cared. The only time you could tell that he cared in this episode when they did that baseball flashback, which was pretty cool or whatever. But that's the only like he was going to kill him if he didn't. If he had to have flashback, he was going to kill Mark in the show.
Yeah, he was going to kill him. Yeah, and in the comic, you didn't really think.
Yeah, I don't think you didn't think he was going to kill him.
But that scene was horrendous. I wonder if the boys. Most definitely. I saw actually the boys. Funny enough, the boys released a tweet like a couple days ago. It was like, oh yeah, this next season is going to be the most violent season ever. So James, Master Facts Boyce, who was on this show last week, he was like, oh, so what they really said is they watched Invincible. It was like, nah, we got to step our game up. Exactly. That's really so. Yeah, I definitely feel like. Other shows are going to step their game up with Invincible after all the blood and things like that. And granted, Invincible could get away with it a little bit more because it's animated. Yeah. As opposed to like, live action. Because like I could post like the most brutal type of scenes on like the Battle Beast scene and everything with all the blood and guts and everything. I could post that on TikTok and not get flagged. But if that was like The Boys, it get flagged for like sensitive content or whatever. I posted like a PG-13. I don't know if you ever saw Death Becomes Her.
I sound really familiar.
With Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn.
No, I think you talked to me about it before, and I was like, that sounds very familiar again. Yeah, we had this conversation.
Okay, well, it's a PG-13 movie, but it's a moment where she gets shot with a shotgun. She has a hole in her stomach, and I got like, it's still up, but it's like when you click the video, it says, "Oh, this is sensitive content, warning." But the scene with Battle Beast, like that's up. That's perfectly fine. There's no sensitive content because it's animated. So, but I definitely think the boys they're looking at Invincible like, nah, we need to step our game up. But yeah, like, what was you about to say?
I didn't say anything like that.
Oh, but yeah, getting back to the fight with Mark trying to convince his fight like you love me, you love mom, and he's like,
and that's another great thing they did during that fight, like having his mother watch it. You know, it's like, I don't want to spoil anything for the future, but like stuff happens later. But like just her like seeing that he doesn't care for her right then in that moment and saying it multiple times over and over again, and her seeing him almost kill her son, it brings so much more to the character. She's like such a more involved character than she is in the comic.
Yeah, no, she based on where I am, I like her better in the show than in the comic. Like even the whole detective angle, her trying to figure out what was happening.
Exactly.
As opposed to in the comic, she doesn't find out until the world finds out.
Exactly.
Even then, like the way they did it here, where like like you said, she's able to see and hear for herself, as opposed to like she just hears a recording after the fact.
The fact that she even had the balls to confront him was crazy too.
Oh yeah, that I was surprised about that. Like first she tells the I can't think of his name, but the tailor like don't say anything, and then as soon as he comes home, she's like, "You fucking killed her." I was like, Debbie, like what are you doing?
Yeah, I thought she was gonna play it cool and shit.
I thought she was gonna play it cool. I was like, Debbie got some balls. Because I'm like, that's like if you know you're married to a serial killer. Well, yeah, not like she knows she's married to a serial killer.
An unstoppable serial killer.
An unstoppable serial killer. And then she even went up to her room and just went to sleep. Like, don't come up here, motherfucker. Like, you know he could kill you, right?
Yeah, easy.
But I love that. I love And then also seeing
she's a very strong woman. Like even like when she had that conversation with Mark and kissed him and that told me everything's gonna be all right or whatever. But then she went back to her own room and she had that good cry. Like she didn't want to show him that. Seeing like, and I do like somehow like they are kind of showing some levels of conflict within Omni-Man, because even when Debbie was like, "Fuck you, Nolan," and you saw his eyes look like he was like watering, and then he like punched the wall. Yeah. But I still think he cared way more. Like the comics make me feel like he cared more than in the book.
No, I agree with that, because like even like certain moments where he would like snap in the show, like they didn't have that. And like when he talked to Debbie, he was like, "Are you questioning my authority or whatever?"
I don't know, for whatever reason. When I read it in the comic, when he was saying things, it's like I felt like Mark. He's like, "I don't believe you, Dad." You know, like when he said, "Oh, she's like a pet to me" or whatever. Like when I was reading the comic, I'm like, he's just saying that, like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, he's just saying that to
but when I watched
like
the show,
reassure himself,
I believed him.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt the same. I was like, nah, I believe this motherfucker. He's telling the truth. He's like, he basically called his wife a dog.
Yeah,
and so doing that, and then that's when Mark put up his dukes. It's like
Captain America's.
Yeah, he put it like I could do this all day. No, you can't, because he pulled a One Punch Man and he knocked your ass all the way to Chicago.
So hard, bro.
Like so hard. Yeah, so hard. He ended up in Chicago. Like I was like, fuck.
He was like, what was that? You don't been alive 17 years. I live 1,000 years. I can have another kid. Whatever. I like believe like.
Yeah. What's another 17 years to me? Like, I was like, damn. I was like, what are they gonna do? They can't do nothing. And then Cecil was talking about, deploy the rockets. I was like, motherfucker, you had a satellite like Man of Steel moment with that superpowered satellite. You blew up a whole city block. None of that worked. You sent those robots out of work.
Cecil out here getting people bodied, Joe. He sent them 2 jet pilots out there to get bodied. Like they knew they had to know they was gonna die. Like
although I'm like, come on, Kirkman. Like the white girl lived. But the black man,
pilot, I thought he was really going to live until Omni-Man popped up right behind him.
I thought Mark was going to like grab him and like move him out the way. But nah, they killed the black pilot. They let they let that white pilot live.
Mark is going to become a better hero. This is all part of his his development. He's gonna become a way better hero.
I mean, he has to. Like,
Yeah,
the show's called Invincible. Every episode, he's getting fucked
and he
up.
knows he has to. But I mean, you see, this is like his origin story. So
yeah,
you know.
I mean, but plus they said like as a new he's basically a baby Viltruman. He's basically a toddler. They say that in the first episode or the second episode, and so I mean, he's not as powerful as say like his father because he's still young. Like what he had his powers only like 6 months.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like, at this point, until you become invincible, you need to change your name, like for now, like because right now it's like false advertisement.
You gotta earn it. Fake it till you make it, they say, right?
Because even them regular fucking robots,
fake it till you make it. Those robots was watching Nolan too for a little bit, and that's the crazy thing. Nolan went through a whole bunch of fights before he
but they upgraded them robots before.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, in general, Nolan had like a lot of fights before he fought Mark, like, and he still just trounced him. Was nothing. Yeah, like they didn't have a lot in the book. Yeah,
but and here I thought Homelander was bad.
Homelander's definitely a better dad.
Yeah, Homelander's definitely a better dad. Like he's never once he ain't beat his son up.
Yeah, no.
He tried to
push him off the roof so he could fly.
Yeah, he pushed him off. Yeah, that's it. But even then, his son was fine.
Yeah.
So
Homelander's not that bad of a dad, actually.
Nah,
he's a bad person.
No, he's a bad person. Yeah, he's a bad person, but he's not a bad dad.
Yeah.
Like he had knocked his son's fucking like the only teeth that remained was his tooth. Like all his fucking teeth was knocked out.
I think that was so graphic and a nice thing to add in the fact that like when he was playing baseball, he was missing his teeth because he was a kid.
Yeah.
And then he saw him missing his teeth again because he knocked him the fuck out. And that's what jives his emotions or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. And so then you just get to the scene like it's showing how brutal Omni-Man is, just fucking destroying. He killed the pilot. He tried to kill the other pilot, but thankfully Mark intervened. Then he like knocked him to Chicago and caused that building to fall down.
He grabbed the lady's arm and tried it was it for me.
Tried to save the lady. And then, but the thing that kind of made me mad, not about the show, but the people in the fucking like they're just sitting as the building is falling. They're sitting there watching. I'm like, move out the fucking way.
Some people get the deer in the head. Like some people fight or flight doesn't work, you know.
Nah, they had their camera phone. They had their camera phones out like this.
I'm like, think that would happen? They probably thought they was gonna get saved and then get 1 million hits on YouTube.
Nah, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, yeah, it's probably people that do some shit like, but still, I was like, what the fuck are y'all? You see, he's struggling. Move out the fucking way. Like, what are y'all doing? And then like when
that was the scene for me when he couldn't save the kids and shit like that was the scene for me. Yeah, I was like, damn. Yeah,
well, I was like, dang, like he could have just grabbed them and fly it, like let that shit fall. Yeah. They only showed those two. I was like, that whole building, ain't nobody.
Everybody died. Everybody outside, everybody died. But it was the more poignant that it showed like he shouldn't save a mother and a child, like. Yeah, and he's a good person, you know what I mean? So it like hurts, you know.
Yeah, seeing her arm off, I was like, fuck, man. Yeah. Damn, like you feel bad for Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you also I'm pretty sure because the same emotion that we're feeling, we're just like, what the fuck can he do? And I'm pretty sure he's probably feeling like, what the fuck can I do? Yeah. And then you get to the Guardians of the Globe, and they're like, we need to do something. They're like,
and let's save lives.
And they're like, what the fuck can we do? Like, we saw what happened to the blood stain is still there.
Trying to catch those hands.
Yeah, for the last Guardians of the Globe. Yeah. So, but then you see they try to help people. But I'm kind of curious though, like with what's going on with Robot. And this isn't necessarily spoil. You don't got to spoil it.
I'm not gonna say I can't talk.
No, don't. But at least answer this because Robot is now in the body of Rexplode. Mm-hmm. Does that also mean he now has Rexplode's powers, like Gambit, basically to throw shit? Because how does powers work? Like, does it come from the blood?
Spoilers.
Oh, what the fuck?
If you want to know, I'll tell you after the episode. After this.
Okay, because I'm like, he has to have his powers, like, and if he's now genetically him, so he has his robot power plus.
He doesn't need that. He's the smartest person on the planet for now.
I mean, so what? Lex Luthor is the smartest person on the planet. He still got fucking enhancements.
DC is stupid though. Would Reed Richards need enhancements? No, DC is stupid.
Yeah, but Reed Richards also has power.
But he doesn't need his powers at all. He really doesn't.
No, he doesn't. But I mean, but it helps.
You forget that he has powers, like stretchy powers. That's not nothing. You know?
It still helps. Somebody shoots you, it bounce right off.
Yeah. But he's smart enough to create a freaking pocket dimension, to hide weapons and shit inside. But that has nothing to do with powers.
But no, it doesn't. But even with that, I was like, the whole time, I was like, why didn't they call? Because I feel like if anybody could be a threat to Omni-Man, I'm like, it's Adam Eve. She can manipulate molecules and shit. I'm like, why didn't they call?
This is a spoiler, but it's a light spoiler. Nobody realizes how powerful Adam Eve is until like the end of the fucking series. But like you said, like if you know comics and you see somebody manipulating molecules, like of course they're what's the word? A MacGuffin.
Yeah, so I'm like, why did? And first of all, I was like, hey, why didn't you do that? When she
hasn't developed her powers that far yet. So she's a teenager too. So, and they told her to get out of there.
But even still, like you get to a couple episodes before she's like changing the door, like getting rid of the door to like get rid of her father and everything like that. That's when they first revealed that she can manipulate molecules. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so clearly she was able to do that when the aliens invaded. Why didn't she like do that during like she was only making like constructs?
Yeah, but maybe she
like
doesn't
like Green Lantern.
You have to know to use your power. Like we know she can use those powers in all kinds of ways because we've read comics and seen these things happen a million times. She lives in a world where she's the only person with these powers. She doesn't realize she can do that yet. She has to work at it. Well,
you just said Robot's the smartest person in the world. You don't think you think he can figure that shit out? Like, be like,
he can
try to do this, but
yeah.
So I'm like, they need to
not
call.
Even in the Guardians of the Globe right now.
No, she's not. But she was at their headquarters. So I'm like, send her ass to this fight. Like, fucking turn Omni-Man into I don't know if she can manipulate organic material, but turn his clothes into like a fucking gold encasing that he can't like. Or like some type of steel that he can't break out of.
There's no such thing. No, there's no kryptonite here.
There's no kryptonite. They gotta have some type of weakness. All right. But so after you see the scene with the daughter and the wife, they die. Yeah. Then the train scene and the brutalness of the trains, like, and in a lot of ways, almost kind of 9/11-esque. Mm-hmm. With all the chaos and destruction and damage and everything like that. Like there was a lot of casualties in this episode. And
even after the episode, like towards the end, they talked about it like kind of it was like a
it's gonna take a long time to recover from this. But yeah, this is true. Robot's too preoccupied trying to get in the Monster Girl's knickers. Yeah, that whole thing is
I think they progressed that too fast.
That whole thing is weird. Like the Monster Girl and the robot thing. I'm like, what is going?
But he fixed her powers. I mean, he's definitely nothing's gonna happen until they're. But he fixed her powers, so she's gonna age now, and he's gonna age at the same rate. That was his mind thing. So.
Well, did he fix it in the show? I don't think
in the show he fixed it.
I don't think. When did they say that?
In the show.
You sure you're not talking about the comic?
I'm sure I'm talking about the show. Talking about the show.
I don't remember that. Anybody in the chat, if you remember, I don't remember him saying he fixed it. I remember him saying he's working on it, but I don't think they said.
Maybe he did say he's working on it. Well, I spoiled it.
You just look at you. Even though I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
It's like, spoilers. Adam, Eve, and Invincible kind of like each other. Like that's not really a spoiler.
Well, yeah. Well, I already have a feeling they're going to be Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, and which makes me curious of what's gonna end up happening with Amber once they break up or whatever.
And so different. Like I said, with these characters, it's so different because in the book, Amber's also dates his friend. His friend doesn't find out he's gay till later. Like, there's so many things going on. Like, Amber is an important character, but like, I don't know. The whole her getting mad at him for not telling him about his powers. Like, I can attribute that to being a teenage girl and her feeling like more important than she might have been to the situation. But I mean,
I didn't like that whole thing when she's like, yeah, I always knew you were a superhero, but who cares? Get the fuck out my house, basically. I was like, so if you knew, when he got beat up to the point that he was in the hospital, you knew he was a superhero, but you're still acting as...
He wasn't in a regular hospital, though, so...
No, but then not only just that, but when he disappeared and you saw him show up and saved your life, you knew that was him. And you're still acting like I didn't like that. That was trash, especially considering the Amber. Like you make this character black in the show from the comic, but in the comic she didn't act that way when she found out he was a hero.
Yeah,
and then that almost problematic type of way. So it's almost like, especially with the stereotype around black women and things like that, and then you make her act like that's the thing I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
So and then even jumping to the end when she showed up at the door, she saw Mark and hugged him. I was like, get the fuck off of him.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing. I think they're gonna use it different in the show because it was kind of like, you know, when Mark originally broke up with her, he went to go see Adam Eve. Like, and I think fans probably think, oh, these characters are gonna get together, and then that happened to like throw you off of that. So.
But when she showed up at the door and was all lovey-dovey, I was like, nah, you don't. Didn't you just tell him to get out? Like, go.
And then it's like weird, like, because like in the book when they're dating, it's easy for Adam Eve to show up with his friend, William. But when they're just, you know, whatever, she shows up. Are they friends? Are William and Abby, are they like best friends now? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I think they're gonna try to make it like a
gay best friend thing.
Yeah, gay.
Short, you're totally against that.
I am, because it's a stereotype. Like, granted, it's not to say a gay person can't be somebody's best friend, but what else? Like, even jump it. Like, since we're on that topic with William, I cannot understand, at least in the context of the show, I don't see why they're friends, William and Mark. They have
it's way different in the book. Like, they like the same stuff, and you know they hang out, and then he doesn't. Like I said, he doesn't find out till he dates later. But like, it's a problematic because, like you said, you don't want another coming out story. I don't know. They should have probably.
But I'm like, even with that, I'm like, considering what they're doing with it, I would rather a coming out story would have been more interesting. Because right now, I'm like,
I feel the same.
He's just the stereotypical sassy gay friend. And then not only just that, but like, again, I don't see anything that they have in common with each other. Every time that there's just the two of them just talking, he says something that Mark gets mad at. Like when he was like, "Oh, help me get it."
So they probably
like even at the end of this episode where they were like, "Oh, let's talk about something else." They
could have made him gay without making him. Correct me if I'm wrong. Without him being like as effeminate as he is, you know, like he could have been like gay and like still like the stuff that Mark likes, and still he doesn't have to be. Like,
I mean, even if it's not the fact that he's effeminate that's the problem. I'm just saying the way they're characterizing him. I don't see, like, even when they had the conversation at the beginning. Before
everything Mark says, he's like ill.
Yeah, he's like. So I'm like, why are they friends? Like, you're friends with somebody that you have something in common with. Like, you're not gay, but we like the same shit. That's why we click, and we have a lot of the same thoughts and things like that. That's why we. But like every time Mark and William have a conversation, like you said, he's like, ew, I don't like. Why do you like comics? Comics are stupid. Yeah. So like, what the? Why are they? Why are they friends?
What I'm saying is they could have made him like comics and stuff like that, but they chose to make him like more, like, I don't know, like.
And even like to moments of advice, like when he was talking about with Amber and things like it's not like he was even giving him sage advice. Yeah. He was saying dumb shit, which Mark was like
a Starbucks white girl kind of.
Yeah, which Mark was like, he was like, you're not helping. Like, I'm gonna just go talk to Adam Eve.
Facts.
And she gave better advice.
And I didn't like that. I guess like if they're not gonna be friends, that scene is cool. But I'm like, yo, these guys are supposed to be friends. Like, what's going on? It's like, are they gonna leave the character alone for a while, or I don't know. So I don't know where they're going with that.
I'm just like for season 2, they need to do better with William, and I mean, also Amber. But hold on, what was this? I don't think she knew until Eve said something about him saying he would be here if he could. But yes, I agree with Amber being black. I feel the hate towards her is even more aggressive. Yeah, like somebody in my comments yesterday, which I had to call his ass out when I recorded my reaction to last week's episode, and even though I didn't agree with her reaction to him kicking him out, and I always knew, get out, I don't care. Somebody in my comments was like, yeah, when she did that, I was like, whatever, bitch. And I was like, first of all, you're not going to come on my channel, and granted, fictional or not.
Well, what color was this person that said that?
I couldn't tell. I was looking at but I was like, yeah, we're not doing that to and I saw that on the internet too.
I saw it a lot too, and
I was like, we don't, like.
And like I said, she's a teenage girl. Like,
she's a like I did a lot of shit.
How many young people play games in relationships? You know, she's probably just messing with him. You know.
Yeah, I said I did a lot of problematic shit as a teenager that I would not do today.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I forgive it in that. Granted, I still had a problem with her reaction, but I'm just like, but I also mostly have a problem with it from the context of like, they didn't do that in the comics, so why did you?
But she was she's cooler in the show than she was in the comics.
Like, oh no, she has way more personality.
Exactly.
In the comic than she does. I mean, in the show,
exactly.
than she does.
Up until that point, I loved her in the show. You know,
and in the comic, she's just a generic white girl.
Exactly.
But I still, again, because of the stereotype of black women, I was just like, I didn't like they had that reaction because again, it'd be one thing if it was like it happened in the comic, but you change her from black to white or white to black, and then you also make have her have this reaction that doesn't make sense for the context of the character. I feel like Amber, based on what they've shown us, I don't think she would react that way. But granted, I'm not the writer, so they wrote her how they wrote her, so whatever. That's not.
Let's tweet Zazie Beetz and ask her what's up.
Yeah, that's probably what we need to do.
Yeah.
But what else? What was I at? I was talking about the train scene, the brutalness of the train scene, all that death, and just like, god damn, that shit was like. And the fact that Mark was literally had a front row seat. Yeah. To that whole thing.
Like, look at this. All this is happening. You can't do anything about it. Like that, I can imagine how low he felt at that moment, and like. He's Alan. That was a good scene with Alan because he's probably the only person that can understand. That did kind of happen in the book too. That was a good scene with Alan because like
yeah.
Probably understand that,
Yeah, because he also got
lost his homeworld,
lost his homeworld to the Viltrumites.
Yeah.
And so then they
actually spoilers, like they actually become good friends.
I mean, but you could kind of tell based on
That's why I said like spoilers. Yeah, they become good friends. Yeah. So
I was like, I don't know. Is that really spoilers? You could tell they become friends.
Yeah.
But I am curious to find out more about this world coalition of planets because I mean they did tease stuff to come for season 2. Although I'm like
coalition of planets, they're a lot of stuff. They're talking about stuff that's happening in like volume 8. Like they're going like really far ahead. Like.
Yeah, I mean, based on what they're doing with the, if anything, past this prologue, I'm assuming season 2 is probably only going to be 8 episodes as well. So they got to speed through.
There's 144 issues, and I don't know how they're gonna even if.
And also, really quick for those of you maybe that didn't see the news, if you didn't see the news, but the show is renewed for a season 2 and a season 3. So I
hope they finish the show.
We're at least gonna get 3 seasons of the show. I don't know, maybe next season. I mean, maybe depending, because that's usually how it goes. Since the show was so well received, maybe they might get a bigger budget for season 2. Mm-hmm. So maybe they might have more episodes in season 2.
I seen some people complaining about the animation, even though I liked it.
I mean, there were some moments where I was like, they could have did better with that. But that was mostly towards the beginning. Like there was a moment with Marcus where he first started learning how to fly, and it looked like jilted, like almost like dial-up internet.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks a little bad. But overall, yeah, I like the animation overall, especially for this episode. Mm-hmm. Like, but hold up, what is this? Amber knew for weeks, but Mark was too afraid to reveal his true self to her. That's what pissed her off. But after seeing how Omni-Man beat his own son down, she got the full picture. I mean, yeah, but they've only been dating. I was like, but they've only been dating for what, like 3 months? Yeah. You expect him to? It's not like they're married or they've been together for years. Yeah. They've been dating for less than a year. You expect him to tell? He didn't even tell his best friend.
Yeah, true. And he did say that. But when she came to the door, she immediately apologized, though.
Yeah. So I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
So
hopefully the same people that think that she's a B word or whatever saw that part too.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes you grow up together as kids and you end up staying friends just because you're just so used to one another, like brothers. Yeah, that's true. But I was wondering about the teeth too. Wondering what about the teeth? Did I miss something? Oh, my only complaint about this episode was when Invincible's teeth grew back. I don't know if they didn't
put them back in.
I don't know if they grew back. They could have just
put them back in or gave him false teeth.
Yeah, gave him false teeth. Or I mean, shit, he's an alien. We don't know how alien physiology.
He probably does grow teeth back, man.
Yeah, we don't know how alien physiology works.
He's fucking
like they talk about, like he could live
yourselves back together.
Yeah, he could live for thousands of years based on what we know. Like Viltrumites heal very quickly, so maybe his teeth did grow back. Like, it's not, I mean, they even mentioned in this episode like Viltrumite DNA is very pure, so you're basically full blooded, even though you're half.
Yeah.
So
stuff, but I won't. There's a lot of Viltrumites are coming.
Well, I mean, I would assume so. They talked about the whole expanding the empire, and he left. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure some more are coming to Earth. But I'm wondering, which obviously you read the entire comic, but I'm like, they can't all be evil. I don't think they all. Probably one got to be on his side, right? Like, I don't know. Shut the fuck up. Stop making faces. Because then I'm gonna try to read you. Like, is he saying no? Like, what is he saying?
It gets better. Like, if you like this is not even, like, it gets way better than this. Like,
but no, like me, I'm gonna keep reading the like.
You should.
Everybody else, they gotta wait till season 2. Whenever season like
what's crazy is though, like,
because they gotta animate and all that stuff. So season 2 is probably not coming out for 2 years. A lot of times
shows come out or like a movie comes out and these characters get so popular, but nobody's buying the comics. They said that like they can't even keep them in stores, like the compendiums and stuff like that. People are buying it.
Oh yeah, well thankfully I got the compendiums before the show came out.
Yeah, people are buying it up, so that's great.
So yeah, I don't have to worry about sell out there. Like, damn, I can't get it yet. Almost kind of like what happened with Buffy. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted to wait until like the price went down to get like season 9, season 10, and everything like that. But then the announcement that Disney bought Fox. Yeah. Now the Dark Horse comics are out of print. Yeah. And so now I can't even get the other. They're worth mad money now. They're worth like $150. And
even though I have the compendiums, like I really want them to re-release them in like a hardcover format. Like the compendiums are like paperback, real thick paperback. I really would like a hardcover.
Especially considering like those are canon to the show. So I'm like, I want them, but like I'm not spending $150 for one volume.
Nah.
Yeah. So thankfully I don't have to do that for Invincible. I got the 3 compendiums. I got them when they were cheap. Yeah. Now everybody else got to pay like $150 and shit like that. But yeah, like everybody else got to wait. But yeah, I would recommend if you can find the compendiums for a cheaper price. I definitely recommend reading the comic because there's a lot of outside stuff that you get in the comic that you don't get in the show, even based on this first season.
Yeah, and it's like we just talked about it. It's so different. Like how Omni-Man was in the comic and the show, and I like both, but they're just kind of like sort of different takes. And if you subscribe to Comixology right now, nobody's paying me to say this. I think it's like $5 a month. I pay. You can read the first half of the entire series for free if you subscribe to Comixology.
Well, there you go. Comixology, you get like, I think maybe you could get either 7 days or 30 days. You get for free. Mm-hmm. So get that free trial. Yeah. If you want to read like the first volume of Invincible,
then you can cancel.
And then you cancel it right after that. Then there's no money lost for you. Yeah. But Jessica, I'm here on Invincible episode 4, so I'll be here for the spoilers. Well, yeah, because some of the stuff that happens. I mean, if you want, you don't have to watch. I mean, I appreciate you coming to support, but yeah, you don't. I don't know if you want to be spoiled. I think the fun is in the intrigue intrigue and the mystery.
Yeah. So even as somebody who's read the book, it's like I'm really excited for season 2 because they.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because I'll say like even though I've read it and kind of know what was gonna happen, it's still so much different than what. So there was still a lot of surprises in what they did. So yeah, I say go back. Yeah, go finish episode 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah. But I appreciate you watching. But hit the like button before you go. But
how far did you get in reading? Like who's popped up yet? And
that's why I say I'm on episode. I keep wanting to say episode. Issue 20. Well, actually, technically, I'm on issue 0 because after issue 22, it goes issue 0, which I don't know what happened because I haven't read it yet. And then right after that is issue 20.
That's a catch-up issue.
Oh, it is okay. Yeah. And then issue 23 is right after that. So you see, issue 23 ended where he told Amber that he was, issue 22 ended where he told Amber that he was invincible.
Oh wow! So you all caught up. You're at the show.
Yeah, but the difference is in the comic they're in college already.
Yeah, they're in college.
In the show he's still in high school.
Yeah.
And again, William has a bigger they're roommates in college. Like he knew he was invincible way before.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's granted, he's not gay yet, as you say. Yeah. But he's dating Adam Eve currently.
I mean, that was the thing in the comic. Like, I'm spoiling whatever, but I've said that time that he's gay in the show. Like, he always says like, "Oh, this is gay," and like he's like hiding, his actual.
Well, not just him, but that's a recurring theme in the comic period. Like, even the Mahershala Ali's character when he carries him and starts flying, he's like, in the show he says that they said, "Oh, this is some bullshit." Yeah. But in the comic they always say, "Oh, that's gay," because that was the thing in
2003. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's so gay. But yeah, you can't say that now. They were like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all the casualties. Like I was surprised by how many casualties were in this episode because
I'm like, he's not done killing people yet. Like,
nah, he killed a whole just to make a point. Like these people are meaningless to me. Like I don't fucking care about any of these. Like I'm for the Viltrumite army, and you need to be too. Otherwise, like I'm gonna make you be fucking for
and
this.
I think in the show what made him like Debbie seeing who he was made him kind of like, fuck it, I can't have it. She's gonna leave me. She's never gonna take me back. I think that kind of pushed him more to the Viltrumite edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, but even then, like Debbie was still kind of like, oh, she's holding out hope that maybe he did it for a good reason.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. You know, in his mind, he thinks that she's done with him.
I mean, yeah, probably because he basically fucking snapped in this episode. I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised by how much death and destruction there was in this show. What is this? The gore in this show. I mean, yeah, blood, sex, gore, and magic. Like I love it. I love how brutal it is. Like I'd have been disappointed if it wasn't this graphic. Yeah. But what happened after the train scene? After the train scene, it was after he killed all those people.
When he threw him into the snow mountain and beat
they threw him into the snow mountain, and then
in the book he just punched him a couple times. In this show, he went straight Dragon Ball.
Nah, he was like punching the shit out of him. They showed his face was swollen. He basically his eye didn't even look like an eye anymore. Like
I bet you that's the next issue to go up in value because the cover of issue 12 it shows Mark like beating up on the cover.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the next issue to rise in value.
Like you know how big ET's forehead is? That's how Mark's eye looked after Omni-Man got finished fucking him up. Yeah. So I was like, damn. And then you saw the bruises, like the way it was animated looked beautiful. Like how fucking fucked up Mark's face was.
Like,
and then
how you hitting your son? Like,
and he wasn't holding it back. He was punching the shit out of him to the point that even the mountain was fucking
like he was angry about something else and hitting Mark. You know what I mean? Like in the comic, he's like holding back, like I don't want to do this to you. Yeah. In the show, he's angry about he's wiping something else.
He's angry that Debbie hasn't given him no pussy in a while. Like so, he's like punching the shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's taking out something completely else on Mark.
So I was like, fuck, like the mountain cracked. There was like a mini earthquake. It caused an avalanche. Yeah. More people died just from the force of the impact.
Yeah. But since you actually haven't read that far, and it won't be a spoiler if you guess, and I just don't say anything, what do you think would happen from here? Like with these characters, like do you think that Omni-Man is gonna come back? Like,
well, of course he's gonna come back.
But you think he's gonna come back with more Viltrumites? Like he doesn't need other Viltrumites to take the planet. He left because he left.
No, yeah, he left because he left.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I know he's gonna come back, but I don't think he's gonna come back with more Viltrumites. But I do know there's gonna be a fight. There has to be a fight between Battle Beast and Omni-Man. Mm-hmm. There has to be.
Okay.
Who wins? Who wins? I don't know. Because I'm like, oh, like Battle Beast is fucking like he's a beast.
Battle Beast is true.
Yes, I don't know who would win between Battle Beast and Omni-Man, but. Mm-hmm. What episode did Battle Beast show up in? Because I'm like, Jessica probably don't know what I'm talking about. Was it for Jessica? Did you see Battle Beast yet? I don't know. Because I'm like, I don't know if she knows what I'm talking about. But for the rest of you guys in the stream, what episode did Battle Beast show up? But yeah, but that's the fight. Okay, she said not yet. But that's the fight that I want to see. I want to see Omni-Man versus fucking Battle Beast. Because
that would be a good fight. Any Viltrumite versus Battle Beast would be a good fight.
But yeah, this is what I was just about to get to this too. Like, I like how when Mark tried to talk to his dad, you could hear all the blood in his lungs. Like, like even like when he was trying to, when he was like, why are you trying to protect this world? You're gonna live for 500 years. Everybody around you is gonna die and all this other stuff. What do you have left? Why are you trying to protect these ants? And then when he said like, no, somebody said episode 5, somebody else said episode 7. So whatever. Either way, Battle Beast. That's what the fight I want to see. But when he was trying to talk it,
he's like, I have you, Dad, but when he
I have you, Dad, but when he was like like I was like, fuck, like you can hear how fucked up he is, like how much in pain he like. I was like, somebody get his ass like a whole fucking shit of morphine because he's gonna need it. But that's actually a question I have. How the fuck were they able to operate on him and give him blood? Like they had an injection. Like
he was already open though. He was already open.
What? I guess.
Yeah, exactly. He's already open. And
but even with blood though, like what? They had Viltrumite blood on hand. Like
he's still half human.
I mean, I guess because I was like, what blood are they giving him?
Oh,
maybe.
Give all. Yeah.
What does it say? I think Omni-Man might even bring Battle Beast to help with the Earth defense. I mean, do they know each other? I don't know if they know. I don't think they know each other. Again, Ron knows. He knows. I see his face. But I mean, I'll find out once I read more in the because like once this shit is over, I'm like, I want to read more. I need to know what happened.
Yeah.
Like fuck waiting into season 2.
Maybe you could read the whole thing and we could like do a video where we just spoil the whole book.
Yeah, this is what's gonna happen in season 2.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like I liked that whole fucking shit. Like it's like and honestly, like once Mark really comes into his own, because I don't because part of me is like I don't know. Let me because I'm like I know how these superhero shows go.
That's the thing about it. Invincible is not like,
but it's not. Yeah, but it's not. But it's not like really not. Show. It's not because part of me is like I don't want. Part of me, I feel like they're gonna try to redeem Omni-Man, but then at the same time, like, but then
you think you can redeem that?
That you know how they fucking do. He's a white alien. Like
you're right. He is white. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He white though.
White presented alien. They're gonna try to redeem him in some way. But then I was like, nah, they probably because flipping expectations. I was like, they probably not. But then I'm like,
do you think Debbie will forgive him if he came back?
I think if he came back now, maybe. Because she even said at the end, she's like, I miss him. I wish he came back. I want him to come back. But I think because I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. But I think after some time has passed, I don't think she's gonna forgive him. Shit, she may move. She may have a new boo by the time he comes. I'm like, yeah, she might get with the tailor.
But after Omni-Man, you think anybody else could follow up? You know what I mean? You can't follow that up.
You mean as a main threat?
No, I'm talking about as a suitor.
Oh, you meant as a I thought you meant as like a main. No, I mean nobody can follow it up. But
that's what I'm saying.
What other choice she gonna have? Like, unless she gets with another, like she gets with Black Samson, like that. I don't know if you saw Young Justice was like you never had black lightning before.
She's like, go ahead, zap me.
You never had Black Samson before. What speaking of which, what the fuck are his powers? Like they say he got his powers back, but I've never seen him use it. You know what the fuck his powers are, like whatever, fuck you. I'll find out. I'll Google it. Cause I'm like, they made a big deal about him getting his powers back, but they didn't show what his powers were. So I'm like, what? That's like Lois trying to date after Superman. I mean, she did try to scoop up Batman did try to scoop her up at one point. So
I don't think Superman putting it down like Omni-Man anyway.
Superman does look like he, almost kind of like Goku, where you find out Goku never kissed his wife.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy, like the way they go at it. I'm surprised they only got one kid. Like, they have one kid.
Yeah, I mean, even in the show, they don't really, and like in the comic, they were having sex a lot, but they didn't really show that in the show.
Yeah,
like I mean, they had that one moment which I thought was funny, where Mark was coming home. I think it was after he went to visit the college campus, and he heard all this noise and shit like that in the house. He thought somebody's breaking in, and then he goes in and he sees parents.
And he already
just sitting
what's
up.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, he already knew what was happening. It's like, I'm going upstairs. And you knew he had to have used, like, Omni-Man had to use the super speed to, like, had them put their clothes back on. Which I thought that was a funny moment. But so yeah, after he got his ass beat and Omni-Man was punching the shit out of him, and he basically says that line like, I will still have, after everything is said and done, I will still have you, Dad. And you saw that. That's what finally got to Omni-Man. And that, well, actually, even before that, you saw the flashback of him in baseball, and you kind of see like, Debbie and this family that he had was really the thing that changed a lot of his perspective. Because before that, he was just about, oh, I'm here to fucking take over humanity and get them ready for the Viltrumite army. But unsurprisingly, I ended up with this wife and kid. And it kind of, it humanized him a little bit. So you see one of the first moments of that happening where he was cheering his son on at the baseball team.
So you think if Mark never got his powers, he never did that?
Yeah, I think if Mark never got his powers, he would have never did it. Because they even kind of allude to it in maybe the first or second episode or whatever. Where he was like, he was like, part of me kind of wishes he didn't get his power. Cause then also, how would you justify that? Cause like, why did he wait until now to kill the Guardians of the Globe? What changed? Mark got his power. So yeah, Mark never got his power. He wouldn't have did what he did. He'd just kept. I don't know what he would have did because eventually I feel like the Viltrumites would have came. It was like,
what you been doing here?
Yeah, what you been doing? Like,
but that's the thing though. That's not a spoiler, but like you can tell whatever. If Mark didn't get his powers, that would have meant that they can't breed successfully with the human race. So there might have been no reason to take over the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers, a
little bit. Well, not really.
Yeah, not really. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say we already know.
Light spoilers.
I was gonna say we already know their goal is to take over other planets.
Yeah, but they breed.
And I was just about to say, and then the fact that they mentioned that Viltrumite DNA is pure. Yeah. How would they know that? They would have to have done that with other alien races. Yeah. So just based on that, I'm assuming that when they breed with other aliens, they all basically are Viltrumites.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
But what is that? I think Omni-man would have done it. He just may have waited until his unpowered son lived out his natural life.
That makes sense too.
I mean, yeah, if he didn't get his powers, yeah, maybe he would have waited till he died. Yeah. But wouldn't the Guardians of the Globe be dead at that point? Like,
not all of them. They got superpowers.
Yeah, well, not the immortal.
Yeah, clearly.
But I know in the comic, they didn't say this in the show, but they said that Omni-man had a certain amount of time to live on Earth by himself before the Viltrumite army shows up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if it was the same. I don't know if it's the same because they didn't really say it in the show, so I don't know.
That'll be season 2. I'm not going to spoil it, but that'll be season 2.
But I am curious.
Season 2 or 3, maybe 3.
But I am curious to see more. I want to see more Viltrumites and see are they all are they all bad?
Not white. Yeah, all not white. No, they bad.
They better not have like all white. But I mean, I saw some black people on the planet.
Nah, they got black Viltrumites. That's what I'm saying. I'm just confirming it for all the black people watching. Like, why ain't get no black Viltrumites? It's black Viltrumites.
Okay, good. But do they die first? That's the question.
No, they don't. What? Let me stop. Okay.
No, I think I know what you're about to say because I did see pictures of somebody taking on the mantle of Invincible. But I don't know who. I don't know who that is, so I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna say anything. I
don't know the circumstances.
Stuff. Anybody else in the chat got questions?
I don't know the circumstances behind it or anything like that, but I do see. Yeah. I do see in the comic there's a black person that takes his place
costume change? Yeah, that's a light spoiler too. He changes his costume for a while.
He wears blue instead of yellow.
Yeah.
Which I like the blue version better.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know the circumstances behind that, but we'll find out in season 2. So anyway, after he gets his ass whooped and Omni-man leaves the planet, and you see the little bit of tears coming out of his eyes as he's flying away. And I have no idea.
That.
I'm like,
where the fuck that in the show? I saw it in the comics, very clear, but I don't remember seeing that in the show.
Nah, you need to go back and watch. He had tears in his eyes. It wasn't as many. It wasn't as many, but yeah. I saw those pictures too. I want to know who that black guy is that takes on Invincible. Is he a Viltrumite? Don't tell me. But
I hope they make his cornrows better in the show than they did in the comics.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't like the way his hair looked though. Like his hair looked.
It was 2003, bro.
His hair looked funny. His hair looked weird. But what is it? Whoa! Spoilers. Funny that the Kryptonian parallels finally diverse now that they're evil. I mean, was it spoilers? We saw black Viltrumites in this episode.
Yeah, and they're black Kryptonians. They just don't get any shine because
Nah, I mean, unless it's Elseworld, like you got
Earth 2.
Earth 2. I was gonna say Earth 23, President Superman.
Yeah, and
Val Zod.
Yeah, that's only because Tom Taylor wrote it, and he's great. So
yeah, but other than that, like, they don't really, the Black Kryptonians don't get no shine. Like, which I thought once Earth 2 finished, they would have brought Val Zod over to the main universe, but
because it's popularity, right? Just like Naomi's crazy popular, but she doesn't have a solo series. It's a DC thing.
They're trash.
It's a DC thing, yeah. They're trash.
But I mean, at least they put Naomi on a team. Like,
League,
where the fuck is where's Val? I don't know.
Yeah.
Trash.
They probably only put her on the team because they got that CW show.
They got the CW show, but you would think considering she has a show coming out, she would have a fucking comic coming out, book, right? Like Marvel has a Falcon and Winter Soldier comic that came out. It has nothing to do. It's still in universe of the comics, but they still have the book out because the show came out. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is DC doing? Again, in the age of Black Panther, why haven't they announced a solo John Stewart? Whatever. Well, let's talk about Invincible before I get mad.
We should do a show where we just talk about DC and how horrible they are. Like, if you like DC, there's a problem.
Louis Brooks, Louise, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Love your channel, love you for watching, and I love Invincible. Mark Hamill will save the day. I mean, man, I like Mark. And speaking of, I was so glad to see him show up because I was like, after the end of that last episode, I was like,
got body, right?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, did Nolan kill him? Because he was very threatening with Omni-Man. I mean, with the tailor, and was like, don't piss off your tailor, right? Don't piss me off. Like, why are you so nervous? I was like, nah, I think he killed his ass. And then we're gonna get to the next scene. Maybe somebody tries to go get a tailor, and we see his ass like nothing but guts, like him hanging from the fucking ceiling or whatever. But then you got to this episode, you saw he was alive. I was like, okay, they didn't The Last Jedi, Mark Hamill.
The Last Jedi.
So I'm glad. But so after he left, you saw the helicopter show up. They went and they grabbed Mark. They took him to the hospital. They started fixing him up. And Debbie goes to talk to him, and then you see the conversation that because the whole world saw what happened with Omni-Man and Invincible, and I think the whole world also knows that Invincible and Omni-Man are related. Yeah, because he said it out loud when he was fighting the aliens and the Guardians of the Globe. Found out, he was like, "Dad!" It was like, "Wait, your dad is Omni-Man?" So to protect their identity or whatever, they they just said that, oh yeah, her husband died during that whole fight, during that explosion, and because he's an author, they're going to be financially secure because his books will basically sell like hotcakes. He does travel books. Yeah, and I'm glad they I'm glad they touch on it. I always like hearing angles of like, how do superheroes make money? Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna, that's Invincible so great. You're gonna get a lot more Cecil too in that whole organization. You're gonna get a lot like everything like. It's just good. It's just good.
But yeah, Smarty Evo. Yeah, I agree with that because we kind of made that comparison earlier that they're definitely more like Saiyans. Yeah. For the Dragon Ball Z fans, which I am. I don't
like you guys. Yeah, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, and I don't like Dragon Ball Z fans. The fandom is horrible.
Well, yeah, the fandom is horrible. And they do try to act like it's the best, and I'm like, it's not though.
It's not. Yeah,
it can't be. I like Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball Z, but at the same time, it's the same shit.
I hate the fans.
New villains. Goku has to get more powerful, and then it's like fuck Krillin, fuck Gohan, fuck Vegeta. It's just Goku. Yeah. Even in the
story's so bad. Of Dragon Ball Z, like after Cell Saga is complete trash. Like my headcanon for Dragon Ball Z is that it ended at Cell Saga.
Well, I did like Buu though. I did like the Buu Saga.
Buu Saga could have been way better. I hated Buu Saga actually. So it ended at Cell Saga in my head.
But I'm like, even in the moment where Frieza became Golden Frieza, I'm like, a better narrative would have been now that Vegeta has Super Saiyan.
They don't need a narrative though. They don't need one because they can do anything and it's going to sell.
It would have been a better narrative if Vegeta finally, because of all the backstory and connection that he had with Frieza, if he would have been the one to finally defeat Frieza.
But no.
But then no, they had Goku do it again. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Come on. But anyway. Because it's probably people that are like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm too
I came here to see Invincible.
Yeah, I came here to see Invincible. Not. Well, wait, what was this? I think Brian Michael Bendis isn't done making a season 2 for Naomi. That's why they put her in Justice League. I mean, is he? I mean, isn't he? Isn't the book done? The Naomi
it was
book?
like a mini. It was a mini. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about a continuation book. No, but maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. It's Bendis and David Walker too. So
yeah, Bendis and David Walker. But yes, I completely agree with that. But we're not going to go fully into.
Yeah.
They fucked up Gohan so bad after this. Like he was you were the chosen one. There was no reason to keep bringing Goku
it's
back.
A trash show. That's why, like I said, my headcanon is that it ended right there. And
but they said they did it because of fans. Fans started complaining.
Yeah, fans always messed up. You don't
listen
to
that's
your
why,
fans.
Yeah,
that's why fans aren't like the audience does not supposed to know what happens. You know.
Yeah, that's why they kept bringing Goku back because fans were complaining. Fuck the fans. But yeah, so anyway, back to Invincible. So they gave him blood transfusion and everything like that, and Debbie's trying to be strong for him, and I like to her trying to put on a strong face for her son because at the end of the day, despite everything that he's been through, he's still a teenager. He's still a kid.
Yeah, and she went through a lot, but he went through a lot as well, physically and emotionally. So
yeah, he went through a shit ton. Like he lost his whole grill. Like
exactly. Even that part when she's like, "I'm proud of you," like because he stood up for what's right. But it's like I lost my father by doing what's right.
Yeah, I mean, but she lost her husband.
Yeah, but she's the mother. She has to take the front.
Yeah, I know. And so then they get home, and he started. I don't know what that was about. When he started floating as soon as he got home, he's like, "Oh, so much better." I don't know what that was about.
I don't know.
But
hiding his powers, and she's more like outwitted now or whatever.
But then he tries to go. She's like, "Oh, Mom, I'm gonna order some pizza." Well, speaking of which, I'm like, as I say that, I'm like, I should order some Pizza Hut after the stream is over. But he goes to ask his mother if she wants some pizza, and he sees her crying, and I was like, damn, like I feel like you feel for Debbie. Because like this is the man she fell in love, like this is the man she had kids with. It's the man that she thought she's gonna spend the rest of her life with, and fucking not only did she finds out he's a fucking psychotic murderer, but then
and then it makes it seem
the stuff that he said about her that she heard.
Yeah. And then in the comic, it just seems like their relationship is like all sex, but in the show, they go to show like how she kind of humanized him and taught him about Earth and all these kinds of things. So it kind of makes it way worse.
But I mean, smart. But I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, what could he even say to her? To try, and then like sometimes you just gotta cry. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. Like,
you gotta let people cry.
Yeah, let people cry. So I don't think he should have did anything.
Yeah,
like
what's he gonna say? He's gonna say sorry, Mom.
Yeah,
he can't really do anything.
Or Mom, it'll get better, Mom. Because I mean, he's grieving too. Like they probably would have just started fucking bawling with each other. Yeah, bawling together with no words. So like
ugly crying. You know how you ugly cry.
and that's what she was doing. That's why she had to cover her face because she was making that. Yeah. The Viola Davis cry, like that's that's what she was doing. Because every time Viola did, she's
amazing.
This isn't me shitting on Viola Davis. Viola Davis is great. But yeah, when she be going in, like
you gotta have some kind of inner pain to bring out an ugly cry. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
And that shit, it'd be like going in her mouth when she be doing them scenes. I'd be like, but then you see, we talked about it earlier, but we see Amber show up. They did, apologize. And I think, even though I didn't like her reaction in the last episode, I do kind of feel like they redeemed her in this moment. So I'm like, all right, Amber, you're forgiven. I forgive you. But so then you see Adam, Eve, and William show up, and then they go to the restaurant to have the conversation. And fuck William. I'm still, again, I'm not
He's
a fan.
So annoying.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I'm not a fan of him. He's
like they'll be having like a regular conversation, and he'll just say some dumb shit.
So I'm just like, and again, because considering he's not that, his personality is completely different from the comic.
Yeah.
Like, he has certain moments where he says dumb shit in the comic, but it's mostly like the little quirk about he doesn't like if people like abbreviate his name.
Mm-hmm.
Because like his name is William, he doesn't like if people call him Billy or Bill or Will. He throws this like temper tantrum or whatever. So that's a small quirk, but that's not him overall. He's not like the
saying the wrong thing at the wrong
time.
Or
the sassy best friend, which Even if he was the sassy best friend, yeah, that's fine. But show me a reason why you're friends. Like, I don't know how better to explain it.
That could be a people.
I don't see why they're friends.
That could be a people in the room thing too. Like you said, we're gonna fix this character that's gay, but I don't know if they have anybody gay in the writing room. So
no, probably not. Or if they are, they're just not
vocal.
They're not vocal, or they're a problematic gay. So
okay, yeah.
Because I'm like, just because sometimes
who is his voice actor? Is his voice actor gay?
Yeah, the voice actor is gay. It's he's mostly known for Broadway. He's Andrew Rannellis or whatever. He was like the lead in Book of Mormon. He won like a Tony and everything like that. So he's gay.
That's my favorite play.
I haven't seen it live, but yeah, he was the lead, whatever, the person that sang "I believe" and whatever, however the song goes. Mm-hmm. I believe that Lord, whatever that song. So that's him. So I mean, I have no problem with that. You get a gay actor playing a gay role. It's great, but just again, like I said, I don't know how many times I got to repeat it. Justify to me why they're best friends. I don't know. Because it's not even just that they're friends. They're supposed to be best friends. Yeah. But every time they're just alone together, Mark is sick of him. Yeah. Yeah. Mark is annoyed with him, and he's like, fuck you. I'm going somewhere else. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. But anyway, so yeah, they have that conversation, and then he gets the phone call from Cecil, and that's when Adam Eve decides to come clean. That she's like, well, since y'all know about Mark, I guess I'll tell you I'm Adam Eve. And then again, once William comes with the dumb shit again, it's like, oh, I like that you could change, have multiple. He's like, that's not me. I'm Duplicate. I like, oh yeah, that's Duplicate. He's like,
Duplicate is the one who messed up her relationship with Rex Flo. So Rex Flo messed it up, but
yeah, yeah. And then they're like, oh, okay. Even Amber was like, oh, okay.
So anyway,
because it sounded like she probably knew too.
Yeah. But yeah, they just didn't give it. They didn't care.
But yeah, really quick, Louise Brooks, once again, thank you for the $10 super chat. He may have been too sore to walk. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And refer to your wife as a pet. She will find a way to prove differently. YouTube keep what? YouTube keep editing.
My graphic responses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Because sometimes I'll try to do that too. I'll try to leave a super chat to somebody, and I'll say like ass or something, and it says please edit. So yeah, if you try to leave us, you could type it regularly, but if you try to do it as a super chat, you can't say like even just something generic like he beat his ass up. You can't even say that. And I even tried to edit it like instead of using the ASS, I tried to use like the @ symbol and the $2 signs. It doesn't let you even do that. So yeah, so that's something that
advanced censorship.
Yeah, it's super set. Like even I remember I was on watching. I don't know if you know the Blurred Without Fear. Mm-hmm. I was watching his YouTube live or whatever because he usually goes live every Saturday at like 1:00. And I tried to talk about, I forgot who I tried to talk about, but I tried to use the word queer as a super chat, and YouTube, it wouldn't let me use it as a flag. I'm like, I can't even use the word queer, and I'm not using it in a derogatory way, but it's still what, yeah. So certain words, it doesn't let you super chat. So yeah, YouTube be trash in certain aspects. But if you are on this YouTube stream, thank you for joining. If you could do me a favor and hit the like button, I greatly appreciate it for the stream. Or if you're in here on the replay and you're not watching live, you can still do me a favor, hit the like button. Thank you for watching on the replay. I really appreciate it. But what was this? Yeah, I don't think the writers know how to make a convincing, fully realized gay character. So they're just opting for stereotypes that they think everybody will understand. I mean, that's the same. That's the same problem I had, and I think we talked about it before. It's the same, and I literally made a TikTok video about this. So if you're not following me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok, BlackGayComicGeek. But I mean, yeah, it's the same problem I had with the depiction of Iceman. Mm-hmm. Why is he saying "Yes, Queen" when he just came out the closet?
Yeah, exactly.
And Iceman didn't talk like that beforehand. So why are you talking like that now? Who taught you how to speak like that? First and foremost, like you just came out. It's not like you're in the quote unquote gay life. So why now all of a sudden it's like, okay, Iceman's gay now, so let's have him use quote unquote gay lingo. And yeah, so yeah, I don't like the whole
kind
thing.
Of tokenism a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little even Prodigy, like they have him as the bicep. Like if you saw his, granted, I like the outfit.
Oh, the outfit was fire.
Yeah, I like the outfit, but I was like, would Prodigy actually wear this based on everything that I know about Prodigy and that I've read from new X-Men from new X-Men on up?
And with the intersectionality, like in the X-Men community, especially like living on Krakoa, I don't think anybody, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think anybody gay needs to like, fly like a flag in Krakoa because everybody's accepting there. No, it's supposed to be. Like I don't think.
I mean, supposed to be, but they don't. But they also don't. They also don't go into the whole thing like mutants not looking human and everything like that.
I think the whole thing would be moot because everybody accepts each other. Like we lived in a world where everybody accepts each other, we wouldn't need any kind of symbol saying, it wouldn't be a big deal.
But yeah, shit. What is it? Shills WW. Yes, I fucking hate Iceman's outfit.
Trash. Yeah, I don't know who did that one.
Hate Iceman's outfit. Yeah, like he looks like
he could have had the best one because he can do whatever he wants with his powers. So
he looks like a fucking Power Rangers villain. Like I was like, what the hell is this? Let me see if I still got it on my phone. There was a fan artist that actually did a much better version of Iceman's outfit, and I was like, why is it that fan artists can do better than here it is? But I was like, honestly, even with this though, I would still prefer because of the contrast. I would like it better if he looked in human form. But this is the outfit. Damn, hold up. Fuck.
Almost.
It's blurry. Yeah, it's blurry. Hold up. Let me back up. Damn, hold up. Let me see if I can find it on. I'll just try to find it online and share my screen real quick. But I like that outfit much better.
Yeah, the majority of the outfits are crazy. I love Colossus's too.
Yeah, I like Colossus's. I like Sync's. I love Sync's outfit. Mystique. I like Mystique's outfit, and I like Emma Frost's outfit and Storm.
Yeah, they don't make you buy all the covers. That's what they're gonna do.
But I was like, y'all need to hire some. Y'all should have hired some black artists, designers or whatever to get this. Let me see if I can find it. I'm about to pull it up. But yeah, so but continuing on while I'm looking for this. So he goes to Cecil. So Cecil mentions that there's an alien coming to space, and they didn't have anybody else, even though Mark did say he didn't want to be involved. He was like, well, while we're trying to look for a replacement, we need you because we don't have anybody else to call. Okay, I found it. And so hold on, let me share the screen real quick. All right. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see. It looks pretty dope.
So yeah, this looks much better. As a fan artist, Chango ATX on Twitter. Mm-hmm. But I was like, but for the contrast, I would prefer it if he was like in human form with all the the blue accents and things like that because it looks better for the contrast.
Yeah.
But this looks way better and looks way more in line with I think what Bobby would wear. And then than the fucking Power Rangers villain shit. Because I hate his new outfit or his canon outfit. But so anyway, so we see the conversation. We see him go up. You see him talk to Alan the alien, and that's what he basically is like. Oh, I need to warn you, a Viltrumite is here. And he's like, yeah,
yeah,
kind of too late. Yeah. And so I like that conversation. I like the way they crafted that conversation at the end where he was like, well, so what are you gonna do next? And then they showed everything like next time on Dragon Ball Z, next time on Invincible.
Yeah, that was dope.
And the teases
teased a lot.
Although they did kind of let the DA Sinclair, even though I kind of knew it was gonna happen, but I'm like, they let his gas off the hook. He fucking murdered people, and now he's working for the government.
Yeah, but he's still kind of like he's working for them, but he's kind of like their prisoner. You know what this show was missing? More Carl Winslow. Like he popped up one episode. Like that was always like a funny thing reading the comic that he named the high school after Reginald. Yeah,
Reginald Valjean. Yeah,
yeah, and it's cool that they had him pop up in one episode. But I think you could give him some more shine.
That's kind of why I was like, I feel like that's the reason why there's only 8 episodes because you think about the voice cast in the show.
People, you're right.
Yeah, that Stephen Young, who just got nominated for an Oscar, so his fucking pay grade just went up. J.K. Simmons, you got Mahershala Ali on here.
Yeah,
Sandra Oh, Zachary Quinto, which actually he hasn't since they swapped out Robot for the human. Zachary Quinto isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
I guess only if you see Robot, he talks in the robot form. They'll still have Zachary Quinto. But who else? They had Ezra Miller as D.A. Sinclair. You got a lot of Walking Dead people. Ross Marquand, who plays I can't think of his name in The Walking Dead. But
getting people jobs, I guess.
Yeah, he's the voice of Young Robot or whatever his name is, Rudy. Yeah, it's a lot of people in the show that even just show up as a cameo. Mark Hamill, like, so they're fucking paying out the ass just for these voice actors. So now I'm like, now I know why it's only 8 episodes, because
probably gonna be 6 seasons, 6 to 8 seasons. They're gonna try to figure out a way to they got to spread a lot of it out. Yeah.
But what is this? You have people who you have to have people in the writer's room that can speak the truth based on lived experiences. Definitely. Yeah, I agree. And not even just that, but people that also aren't afraid to speak on, because you can have black people in the room, but then if you're not listening to them, you have to also be willing to listen to them, because because even think about what happened with what's her face on Superman and Lois, the black writer that got fired or whatever, but she said she tried to bring in more, black representation and things like that for, because she said for the most part the black people on Superman and Lois are just all villains, and she wanted to have more than just black villains, and she ended up getting fired.
I think it's cool that they got black Lex Luthor though.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like, I also made a TikTok video about this too. Like, I understand the problematic trope of always portraying blackness as evil. But usually when they do it, it's a stereotype. Yeah. But me personally, I want to see more black villains. Like when you Google iconic villains in movies or whatever, you see like Hans Gruber, Jack Torrance, Hannibal Lecter, Darth Vader, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Voldemort. But I'm like, I want to see more iconic black villains that aren't like stereotypes, like a black ancient god, like a black mad scientist, like a black, what else? Like,
keep reading Invincible.
Okay. So there you go. You want to see a good black villain? Keep reading Invincible. And that's kind of why I got excited when the Mahershala Ali character, he became like the Kingpin, the black Kingpin, the black crime lord. Because I do want to see more like black
I remember
villains.
Like growing up watching the DCAU. I know I now know that he's just a dark skinned Sicilian, but I always thought Lex Luthor was black. He was definitely light skinned.
Yeah. But yeah, what is this? That's way better. I don't like Polaris's outfit either. It's ugly. North Stars is really good. I can't remember what Polaris is.
Speaking of X-Men, I was talking to somebody and had a pretty strong, strange and strong theory that Scarlet Witch is still a mutant, and she hates mutants so much that she used her reality warping powers. So Franklin Richards all over again. Exactly, but in her sense, the Franklin Richards makes more sense.
Yeah, in her sense, it makes more sense. But I mean, we'll see.
That would be such a good.
We'll see what they're gonna do with that, because I do feel like Hickman's gonna use her more, because he keeps bringing her up. Then made this whole thing with the Great Pretender. Yeah. They had her show up in that one issue to like try to bring back everybody from Genosha. Yeah. So I'm like, he's doing something with her. Just like I feel like at some point his end game, he's gonna have Jean Grey take the Phoenix again. Yeah. Because what did they say? The Dominions or whatever.
The Phoenix is
whatever. Yeah, I mean, Jason Aaron needs to quit. Like, he loves even the War around. He loves using Phoenix for whatever reason. Yeah. Which I'm like, only X-Men should touch the Phoenix. Yeah. But anyway, what is this? Mark is such a child. This isn't about being a hero anymore. It's about survival. Like it or not, he has to realize that he's a target. Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he's going to be a target, especially now that his father left and more Viltrumites coming. And then
actually, I think it's going to be the opposite. Right now, he's going to be a hero, and then later on, he might be a target.
And I love the voice cast. I hope they keep them. Someone said that they used the animation budget for the actors. I mean, they used the whole budget for the actors, because I'm like, great, I like the voice cast too, but I'm like,
Bezos got money, he could pay it.
But also at the same, and plus it's Amazon, they got money. But I also have to say, but I was like, did they have to get all these A-list actors for this show? I'm like, they could have just.
I appreciate it though.
I said I like the voice cast, but I'm like, they could have just got regular voice actors like what's his face? Who's the person that always does like the Joker in these games when Mark Hamill isn't available? It's like Troy something. I don't know, but you could have got the cast of The Last of Us to do the same to do this game and probably paid them less and probably still had a good vocal performance. Even though I like Stephen Young as Mark.
Yeah, he's great.
So,
He's great.
Yeah, he's good. But yeah, so the episode ended with the tease of what they're gonna do in season 2. Troy Baker? There we go. But yeah, the tease of season 2, you saw Mahershala Ali's character, the Kingpin, which I was like, what the fuck is happening there? Like he was attacked by some man that created some spirit.
And I like how he approached
spirit dragon.
Yeah, Mark about the situation when it all happened. Like if Mark was to interfere with that situation, it's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna stop me from doing crime here? Like I thought this was beneath you. Like it's such a. They're gonna do a lot with that.
Yeah, you saw. What else did you see during that flash? You saw him making more of those robots.
You saw Battle Beast.
Yeah, you saw Battle Beast. So he obviously he's coming back. What else did you see? I can't remember what else you saw. I don't know.
Anything robot?
No, I don't think there was anything robot.
Okay.
Robot. Oh, the Marler twins, they got locked up.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious of where they're gonna, because in the comic there's a whole thing with alternate dimensions and things, which that character they haven't introduced yet in the show.
Are you up there to
Yeah, that happens, yeah. Where I am.
Okay.
So I'm curious if they're gonna even bring that storyline in.
They have to, because a character comes out of that's important.
Because so far, like I said, they haven't. So
a character comes out of that's important. So
I mean, we'll see. But yeah, they tease Conquest. If you know who that is, I don't know. I don't know who that is. So I guess I'll find out because I'm gonna read more of the comic by the time
they showed him.
Okay, because I was gonna say by the time season 2 comes out, because again they gotta animate it and shit like that. It's probably gonna be 2 years before we get to season 2. Everybody sees to know.
Don't say that. I need it.
Everybody sees to know who Conquest is because somebody said, "Oh yeah, that had to be Shook." So yeah, but by the time season 2 comes out, I'm gonna have read all 144 issues. So I'm gonna know all of it because I'm not fucking waiting.
Nah, yeah. Like I said, I might reread the whole thing too.
And I'm assuming he's gonna end up out of because he's still in high school by the time the show's over. So he's like, yeah, finish high school. And he's like, what's high school?
Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna skip the rest of high school, and next season he's just gonna be in college.
But what is it? I'm gonna try to read the whole comic before season 2 comes out. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm on issue 23 technically because I guess if you said 0 issues a recap, I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna just go straight to issue 23. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the episode ended, and then we're gonna wait for season 2. I like to think that Stephen Young got a lot of his buddies from The Walking Dead to drop in on the cheap. I mean, well, Robert Kirkman is doing this show. Robert Kirkman created The Walking Dead comic, and he was a huge part of the show. Mm-hmm. So he just hired all the other
same people.
Yeah, same people.
Homies.
Which I mean is good. You want to keep. Joss Whedon did a lot of that too. Even though he was trash, he would hire a lot of the same people from like Buffy and Angel and Firefly to do a lot of his other shows. So,
but he was Xander, so
yeah, he was. Or even think about like Ryan Coogler. Every time he does a movie, he scoops up Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. So that's why you gotta not burn your bridges because you never know who's gonna end up in a position to hire you.
Yeah, they tried to get Coogler to do Coming to America. Then he tried to get Michael B. Jordan. They were like, "Nah, we're not doing that."
Yeah. I remember that. That's why Eddie Murphy. That's why Eddie Murphy turned him down.
Yeah,
they do be putting Michael B. Jordan a lot. Like, I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you watched season 1 of Love, Death, and Robots.
Nah, I watched a review on the movie though. The Amazon movie with Michael B. Jordan.
But yeah, I'll get to that. But I was gonna say like Michael B. Jordan is gonna be in season 2 of Love, Death, and Robots. I was like, Michael B. Jordan, that's random as hell. And then now you got him in the Without Remorse that just came out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked it. Grant, there was something I thought about even more. there were certain moments where Michael B. Jordan was overacting a little bit.
Overacting? I'll talk to you offline.
Oh, wait, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, well, no, there were certain moments where he was overacting. Like, he was like, I was like, tone it down a little bit. Like, you know, but overall, I like the movie. If you haven't, guys, if you saw or you didn't see Without Remorse, because my review was non-spoilers, check that out. It should be on my page. I uploaded it yesterday. So yeah, check out my review for Without Remorse. But other than that, I think we pretty much got through everything in the episode. I don't really got much else to say because I can't even ask you for predictions because you fucking read the whole thing. So I don't even.
Yeah, that's why I tried to ask you for predictions. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
But yeah, honestly, like I don't even know. Like, because I'm like I don't even know what's going on with Omni-Man.
That's a good feeling. Yeah.
What planet did he go to?
But like I guess when I first started reading Invincible, I couldn't put it down. I was running through it. I went on a vacation and I was just on the beach reading Compendium 2, like.
But no, Michael B. Oh no, I thought you said is he static? I thought it was like no, he's not static. He's producing. Yeah, he's producing the static movie. So yeah, he's producing.
I can't wait till the comic comes out. I wonder if they're gonna try to use whatever Vida Ayala writes. I'm sure it's gonna be great though.
Is Vida Ayala's writing static? Oh, okay. So yeah, that's good.
Man. I told my LCS to order me 10 copies so the OGN. So.
I haven't heard anything, but I hope they bring back because I haven't heard. But
there's not much publicity for these books, man. Like,
no, not even just not that, but they haven't even announced the zombie book. Mm-hmm. Zombie was a big character in Milestone. Like I think they tried to bring him into Marvel. Oh
wow! All I know is Hardware, Icon and Rocket, and Static. Hopefully they do well. Like I said, I'm buying a bunch of copies. So.
Yeah, so guys, go out once Milestone comes out because if you want it to continue, it takes place on Earth M, which is Earth Melanin. Mm-hmm. Buy Milestone, diversity, representation, all that stuff.
I know y'all all watched Static Shock growing up. Buy the book, please. I want a Static movie supported, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really got anything else to say. So that's pretty much the end of the stream. I appreciate you guys for joining me for this live stream. I'm excited for Invincible Season 2. I don't know when that's going to come, but go read the comic. So, yeah. Other than that,
the comics out is a subscription and cancel it if you want to.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else. Be on the lookout for whatever else I review. I don't know. Well, yeah, we don't know when Season 2 comes out.
Coming out for a minute, right?
They haven't announced. I mean, the Bad Batch comes out.
I don't even know nothing about that.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, other than that, Loki. So yeah, the next live stream we do with me and Ron is when Loki comes out. So June 11th. So yeah, I guess gotta be on the lookout for that.
That's good. I probably need a break. I could, hang out on a Friday night.
But yeah. Other than that, be on the lookout because I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna review Yasuki or whatever.
Yasuke, whatever. Yeah. I'm probably watch that this weekend too.
I haven't watched it yet, but be on the lookout for that when I finish watching it. But other than that, I appreciate you guys joining me for the stream. And yeah, Castlevania is coming out next month, so I'm gonna review that too. But yeah,
that's another show that's ending. I'm mad that it's ending. But whatever, yeah.
But I appreciate you guys for joining me. Hit the like button and all that stuff, and we out.